Are you ready to set New Year's resolutions and then forget about them in 2 weeks? Me too. Let's do it. Obviously, I'm joking. These are some things that I would like to achieve in 2026 that relate to Little Hamster Crochet in general. I will be working on a scarf while we chat, so grab your own project and let me know in the comments what you're working on. My first set of goals is related to this right here, content. If we're thinking about like numbers, that's hard to set a goal for since I'm not necessarily in control of that. I can try, but I can't decide how many people watch my videos or anything, right? So I don't really see a reason to set a super specific goal there, but it would be very cool if I could manage to get monetized on YouTube. Maybe. I think that might be doable. So I guess that's my first goal, get monetized. But it's also not like the most important either. It would just be kind of fun, you know? Secondly, I would like to be more consistent with my content. If you've been following me for a while, you will have noticed that here on YouTube, I have been posting long form videos once a month, maybe twice a month. And I would like to post more if I can. I do have some challenges that make content creation a little bit harder, like some health issues and just a job. So I'm not going to set a goal of how much I want to post because I don't know what's going to be doable. So the goal is going to be to try to find out what's sustainable, what I can do, basically. And if that turns out to be twice a month, then it's gonna be. But I want to try and see if I can bump that number up a little bit. The next sort of category, I guess, of goals is going to be my website and selling my crochet. I was gonna have a New Year's resolution of setting up a website, but I accidentally sort of got super hyper fixated on building a website, and I already did that. So my website is live. It's very cute. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. I want to figure out whether I want to try to do like a drop system. That's what I'm going to try doing first, doing monthly drops. And the first drop is actually going to be this January 15th at 6 p.m. my time. I don't know, I'll put it here. And it's going to be Valentine's themed, hence the pink scarf happening. So I want to try out doing a drop system first, see how that works out. If I like it, I'll continue, and if not, maybe I'll just do a post it whenever type of thing. I also want to do some custom order options, but I want to do that in the way that Passionate Kelsey and Cameron Kane do, or at least did, where you just have the listing and then you choose what color you want, versus just, hey, message me and I'll make you anything. That sounds too overwhelming. So drops aren't going to be like super big because of the aforementioned health and job challenge, but I want to try that out first and see how I feel about it and if it works for me. And then I can always adjust later. And then lastly, I do have some goals just about crochet in general. I don't think any like long-term yarn buying ban is going to work for me. If you've seen my stash busting videos in the past, I'm not very good at it. And also all of a sudden a custom order pops up, or there's something I'm making for someone, or, you know, stuff always comes up. But I do want to be very intentional with what I buy. And I have gotten a lot better at that this year, of only buying yarn that I have a specific project in mind for. But I want to keep doing that and not just go for the, ooh, pretty, you know, not fall into that trap. I'd also love to buy some of my yarn secondhand, because a lot of people sell leftover yarn from their stash and they sell it online on like marketplaces, the Norwegian equivalent to something like Vinted or Depop, I think. Maybe. We don't have those, but I think it's kind of the same thing. And a lot of people sell the yarn on there. The selection is obviously very varied though, and maybe the quantities you can get are kind of awkward. So it's not going to be like my main source of yarn, but if I do see something that, again, I have a project in mind for, I would love to get it secondhand rather than new. So we'll see how much I get to do that, but it is something that I want to keep in the back of my mind. And lastly, I want to try new things. So I want to try new techniques, new types of yarn, projects I've never made before, and really just expand my horizon, you know? I have a tendency to just get really stuck on one specific thing that I really love making, and then I just make that over and over and over and over again, which is why I have like 17 bandanas. But I would like to try to branch out a little, and maybe I can find some new favorites that I love to make. And, you know, both for me and also for my website, some variation and some spice is always good. Something I've been thinking about for a long time is Tunisian crochet, for example. Looks really cool. I've also been knitting a little. Maybe I could do some more knitting. So just different techniques, different types of projects, different types of things. And those are actually all of the goals that I have for 2026 that relate to this channel and crochet and yarn and things. I would love to hear your goals for the new year. So put them in the comments and we can chat about it and support and encourage each other. Hold on, I'm really close to finishing my row. Give me a second. I'm making the scarf lengthwise, so I did like half a row, maybe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing to the channel if you want to see how I get on with all these goals and how it goes. Again, my website is in the description, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!